Okay, folks, another week in the books. So I hope everyone out there is enjoying the holiday season. Hope everyone out there had a Merry Christmas. For those of you out there that don't celebrate Christmas, hope you're having a terrific holiday season. So we just wrapped up another week, folks. Another red week, unfortunately, for MSTR. MSTR closed the week at $158.81, down 3.65% this week. And currently, the weekly RSI is once again still trading at oversold levels of 26. So in this video, we're going to talk about when will MSTR bounce back and hit $400 again. The reason I'm making this video is because I think a lot of you are, at this point, if you're still holding on to the stock, you're probably just thinking like, okay, well, we lost a lot of money over the last couple of months. Stock is down big over the last 4 or 5 months. But how can things start looking good again? Because, just in July, I know it seems like, light years away, but just in July, we were trading around 450 and it just looked like we were going to rock to 600. So what exactly happened and when are we going to get back to $400? We're going to talk about in this video. For those of you who enjoy this video, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. So let's just go to a quick rundown of what's going on. So gold and silver have been breaking out. Gold is currently at about over $4,500 an ounce. Silver is at about $80 an ounce, about $79. And digital gold and digital silver have been kind of dumping off. So that's kind of looks like what the macro trade has been going on over the last couple of weeks. Just a consistent movement into gold and silver, and then a movement away from digital gold. Okay, so I know a lot of you are probably wondering, well, is this time to jump on gold and silver? You should always probably have a long position somewhat in precious metals as a hedge. But now with everyone chasing gold and silver, now probably looks like a good time to rotate into Bitcoin if we are going to see a potential breakout at the end of January, depending on the 100-day Bitcoin lag after gold broke out to all-time highs back in October. So this isn't, I don't have a crystal ball, folks. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but my guess is we get back to around $400 sometime, in potentially in the beginning of like Q1 or something like that. Now, that's what I think. I don't think we've the bull market's over. I don't really think we're in the crypto bear market. I could be wrong. It does kind of look like we're in a bear market, but we didn't really see a lot of top signals. So we're going to see if liquidity returns to crypto in January. That's because remember now, Q1 is still a pretty big month for Q1 is still a pretty big time period for Bitcoin, just like Q4. So Q4 and Q1 are the two strongest months for MSTR and for Bitcoin as well. So, we still have another 3 months ahead of historically bullish momentum to see what happens. So now, MSTR still sitting at its current Bitcoin stash of about, currently sitting at about 671,000 Bitcoin, 268. Okay, Bitcoin yield sitting at 23%. Satoshis per diluted share, 195,717. And then the MNAV based on diluted shares is 0.93. And the basic MNAV is 0.84. So now getting a 16% discount on MSTR in regards to its underlying Bitcoin holdings. So I know a lot of people out there are just thinking, when exactly will we hit 400? Well, most likely what I think is going to happen is I think that we're going to move a little bit away from a 4-year cycle and things are going to just kind of pick up in general in 2026. I think that's the big year where the banks start adopting Bitcoin. And we saw a huge step in the right direction with Vanguard's back down against Bitcoin. So we're just basically waiting for Wall Street to fully embrace Bitcoin. This is a front run trade. I think a lot of people that are holding MSTR don't understand what they hold, and they're just treating it like a fiat stock where you're looking for earnings and revenue and things like that. And that is true, obviously. MSTR is greatly dependent on its underlying Bitcoin holdings, meaning that where Bitcoin does well, MSTR is going to do well as too. But the interesting thing about MSTR that a lot of people don't understand is that this is a front run trade. So right now there's probably over 200 companies, publicly traded companies with Bitcoin on their balance sheet. 5 years ago, there was 2. So there's 100 times as many companies with Bitcoin on its balance sheet in just 5 years. And maybe that goes up, it does another 10x or another 100x even, over the next 5 years. So if this front run trade plays out with MSTR like it did earlier, right? Because remember, back in 2020, 2021, there weren't Bitcoin ETFs. There weren't a lot of options out there for for crypto investors. So if you wanted to get exposure to Bitcoin, you had to buy MSTR. Now the same thing is happening for the banks. If the banks want to compete with MSTR, if they want to compete with Strive, ASST, if they want to compete with these companies that are offering higher yielding products because they're using Bitcoin to back the dividend instead of, fiat cash flow. So, the banks have to compete, okay? Right now, I've got money sitting in STRC over on SoFi earning a 10.75% yield. That's nearly 3 times as much as what SoFi currently pays people with high yield savings. I think it's something like 3.6, 3.7. So the thing is, when more and more people wake up and realize that they could get an extra, 5, 6, 7% yield just by holding a Bitcoin, backed preferred share like STRC or whatever, the banks are going to have to buy custody Bitcoin to replicate this. And this will cause a huge breakout, not only in Bitcoin's price, but in MSTR as well, because they're the front runner. They're, the leading horse. So, so when things go well for Bitcoin, usually does pretty well for MSTR and vice versa. So that's going to probably happen in 2026, folks. So as you can see here from the top in 2024, it's been just over a year. We've seen a complete, a reversal in the RSI from, overbought status at 85 down all the way to oversold. So if this could reverse, I think we potentially get back into $400 sometime in 2026. And then we start moving, towards my top price target, in this kind of, in the 2026, in that time frame of about $1,300. So I really believe that Bitcoin breaks out. Bitcoin's going to break out. Gold and silver won't go up forever. And when that time happens, now is the time to strike. Okay, now is the accumulation phase. The volume on the stock, is going down. So we've had a very, very, very low day of volume. Only 12 million shares traded. Interest is declining. This is a long-term hold. This isn't a stock that you're going to be able to get in and out of. It's not a meme stock. It doesn't trade like that. So I would think it's best to just simply sit on your hands, stack. Like I said, you can sell covered calls and things like that, or you could sell long calendar calls and things like that to generate income while you sit on your hands, or you could just keep stacking. I've just been hodling. I haven't tried to stress over the price so much, and also, as I mentioned in my previous videos, that I have a small hedge position, a 10% allocation in my retirement for IBIT as well. So I figured I have 90% of the coins in MSTR, but if this boat somehow doesn't work, I still got a small enough allocation in IBIT that could kind of weather the storm. And as I get older, right now I'm 39, as I transition closer and closer to around, my retirement, destination, target age of about 59 and a half, I might end up dabbling a bit more in IBIT to reduce risk. But right now, with a 20-year time horizon, I'm more than confident to buy at $158. I think the price is going to end up a lot higher in 2026. And I hope a lot of people that are watching my videos realize that even though, the stock is down, absolutely getting wrecked this quarter. Look how much MSTR, for example, is down in Q4 alone. Yeah, so even though the stock is down literally 50% in Q4 alone, I'm still making videos. I'm still here. So, I'm still in the company, and this brutal Q4 isn't enough for me to panic sell and get out of the stock. So I hope that answers some of everyone's questions. Like I said, let me know if you have any more questions in the comments, and I hope everyone had a good weekend. I'll see everyone back on Monday, and everyone take care.